Hi, this is Paul Salvin with AM/FM Magazine. We are here on the black carpet for The Chosen Last Supper premiere at B&B Theaters in Red Oak, Texas. In just a second, we're going to talk to the cast and crew behind this fantastic show that has affected people across the world. Let's take a look. All right, well, we're so excited to have you here. Of course, how's it, David? Congratulations. You got to be so excited about it.
So excited, and kind of a pinch me moment, to be honest. The show's done incredible. It's done absolutely phenomenal. My episode's launched today, which is really exciting for me, and a selfish point.
Well, hey, what advice do you give those kids that want to follow in your footsteps because you're doing everything so well?
Just carry on believing and taking one step at a time. You know, from someone that's been in the darkest of dark places, gone through all sorts. 43 years old nearly, and I'm still waking up every day with a dream. And I think that's what's important. Never to give in, never to accept failure, and just remember everyone goes through hard times, and to just believe in yourself more and to try and surround yourself with good people.
This is really what a dream come true, what a dream realized looks like, isn't it?
You know, it's funny, I hear that term often, sometimes a dream come true, and I would actually say it's more of a calling fulfilled, because I didn't dream this up. I could have never imagined something like this, and in fact, when I used to care deeply about premieres and care about success, this might have mattered more, but then God took all that away from me. And so now I look at this and I go, this is evidence of something that I was called to several years ago, and I took a leap of faith with no idea of what was to come, and honestly not caring about what was to come. I wanted to just focus on what God had in front of me. And so now that I see this, I go, okay, God's doing something cool. I get to be part of it.
And so what are we going to see tonight? Because I know we're getting into the sad part, but it's going to be good.
Yes, well, the sad part is season 6. So I wanted to make sure we kicked a little butt in season 5. So right off the bat, in part 1 of season 5, this is the first 2 episodes, we're going to get to see pretty much every emotion you can think of with Jesus. He's sad, he's angry, he's excited. You see all of these in just one part of this season, and so I'm really excited for people to see some big moments from Scripture, but also to see the human, authentic, personal side.
Yeah, and last thing, what do you want people to take away from this particular segment, because there's so much going on here?
Yeah, can you follow, can you trust, can you have faith even when you don't fully understand? We like to understand things. When we don't, we tend to reject or dismiss or even eliminate. That's what happened 2,000 years ago. Let's not make their mistake. Let's follow in the footsteps, some of the footsteps of the disciples who trusted and followed and had faith even when they didn't understand.
Well, we're so excited to be here on the carpet with you. We're doing the All Black Attack.
We are. We got the memo.
Yes. Well, this is going to be so exciting. What does this show mean to you personally?
This show, what it means to me is family. I've been on here for so many years now, since season 1, and it's giving me a family I never thought I would have before. You know, you kind of go to these jobs, you do them, and that's all it is. It's a job. You go home. And this is the only one that I get to take them all with me. And we keep in touch all through the year, and it's given me a confidence I never had before. Working with Dallas is amazing because he is an actor's director. So it's given me a confidence to him as an artist.
Well, and people look up to what you do and they think, see, that's what I want to do, but you make it look easy. So what kind of advice would you give to someone that wants to follow in your footsteps?
Do not give up. This road is hard. This road is difficult. But if you're meant to be on it, the way will be revealed to you. God will take you there, I promise.
Yeah. And what do you keep in mind right before you go on camera that just keeps you in that right frame of mind?
Right before I go on camera, I just say that whatever comes out, because at the end of the day, we want to live authentically. We want to tell a story authentically, and so we don't want to have too much going on up here because you can see it, and that's what we do. We just let it go.
This show is so special, and I know you've been keeping up with it. What does it mean to you?
It's been so fun to being able to watch kind of visually a lot of the stories that you've read and have been shared with you through the course of your journey as you work with your faith. And I just think you learn so much more. I think you get it on a deeper level by being able to see the detail into the stories, and just there's such a realness, a normalness to it, where it's not something that when you read the Bible or you share those lessons, it's taught from a different way. By watching it on television and seeing it presented the way it is, for me it has resonated more than any other way that I've experienced the Bible.
Now, people have been looking up to you for years and thinking, see, that's what I want to do, but you just made it look easy. So what kind of advice do you give to those kids that want to play?
Boy, that's a great question. I've always put a lot of faith into my work ethic. I think the number one thing is you have to give thanks to the God above that's given you all these talents to play this game, or to play a musician or an instrument. Whatever the skills are that you were blessed with, always be grateful, be thankful for those. And then for me, it was being able to pull little pieces from all the different people that I met in my life. And you find inspiration from them, you find wisdom from them, and just continue to use that, continue to fill your toolbox with some of the things that you have. But, in the end, the one phrase that I will always tell people, and this was kind of an epiphany for me, I was a big prove people wrong guy back in the day. And I had a friend share a story with me one time, and I asked them, I said, you must take a lot of joy right now because so many people doubted you and you've proved them wrong. And he said right away, he goes, well, that still comes from a negative perspective. He goes, so I find my motivation in proving people right who believed in me. And so for me, it was just being able to flip that. And it really does work when you do achieve something because you want to prove your wife right, you want to prove your parents right, you want to prove your children right, make them proud of you. The joy that you receive is so much more because it comes from a much more wholesome place than proving somebody wrong. So that's what I would tell kids is you're out there and if you're having a tough time and or it's been very, very challenging, don't find your motivation from proving those who doubted you wrong. Find your motivation in proving those who believed in you right.
Look at this, the big black carpet premiere, and we get you back in Dallas. So this has got to be really fun for you.
It's beyond words. I mean, it's what The Chosen does, this whole production. As soon as you step into it, it's just the energy is just you're just floating. There's so much love and support and joy for the show, and what you're going to see is exciting. What we get to play is exciting as artists and actors. Doesn't get better.
Yeah. Well, in playing King Herod, that's quite a character in the Bible, and I know you got to go into a certain headspace to be that guy because not close to you. So, what do you have to tell yourself or put yourself in that mode to go into King Herod?
Just the words.
Yeah.
It's the words, man. I equate it to music. You got your acts. That's me. I'm pretty good at knowing what I can do. And then you get a piece of this music and you go, whoa, watch me play this. So it's just a matter of learning it as best you can. The best thing I was going to say was we have the time. It's not a rush job. I've done jobs where like, Paul, here, you got this page, these 3 pages. We're shooting that right after lunch. Go. And you go and you do your best. But this, we've had the time. It's so well planned, so well thought out. These guys, they're this little tight group of writers. We have the material. I'm so excited to do what's coming up in season now. The next season 6. I've just got those scripts, and I'm like, it's so good. It's just like a meal.
What are you hoping that people will think about and discuss after seeing this? Because I know the tears are coming, but next season.
This season is it's a pivotal moment. There's no going back, and the way The Chosen depicts these moments in the Gospels, the Last Supper, the flipping of the tables. There's Jesus is acting in very different ways this season, and it's forcing his followers to try to make sense of it. And I think it's a really wonderful moment to process all together. That sometimes things take a turn, and we've finally realized eventually that it must happen that way. And I hope people enjoy it for the meaning of the season and not just the crying, but I know we have lighthearted moments in this show, but
and it's been easy to identify with your character, right? A little in certain ways.
For me, yeah. I mean, she likes observing. She likes watching things, and this season especially, I think she's starting to realize that something major is about to happen, and she wants to protect Jesus in any way she can. And we see her do that, and in doing that, she overcomes a lot of fears. And that's a pretty cool, sort of significant moment for her.
Well, we are so happy to be on the black carpet with you. Look, we got the all black attack.
It's a black carpet this year.
Yeah. And the all black attack. We're doing it.
go.
Well,
It was unintentional on my end, but it worked out. Yeah, so.
all right, so we're so excited about this. What are we getting into tonight? Because I know it's not about to get sad yet, but it's coming. So
Oh, it's coming. Yeah, we're getting into. First of all, we're getting into a beautifully shot season, shot on a specific lens to give you that grainy feel and bring you into that world of, the Last Supper and what's to come. We're getting into a lot of new behavior from Jesus that we have not seen. You're going to see the disciples feel a little shocked about what it is, and specifically Matthew, who's trying to make sense of what he's witnessing. It's his teacher and rabbi who kind of gave him his identity in a way, and now he's seeing him act a certain way and proclaiming things and flipping tables over. And so he's processing that, but he's also writing it all down. He's trying to make the records very detailed. So he's thinking about it. And I feel like in a little way he's writing his emotions into these thoughts. So that's why his book is so detailed. He's like writing everything. But so it's get ready for the journey, man.
yeah, and how have you identified with Matthew? Because I mean, it's a very different person from you,
Yeah.
but there are some things that cross over, right?
It's so funny because when I first got the part, I was doing things like those Sudoku puzzles that kind of activate your brain and get you into a thinking mode. I would do those in my hotel room, like the first few weeks filming. And then after a while, I realized, wait, I'm very similar to Matthew. He's a writer. I make lists.
Yes.
I make lists like it's like my job to cross them off, and the satisfaction you get when you cross something off a list. And so I've got a lot of similarities, and also just dealing with how he processes things and the way he is emotional sometimes. That's me. Like, that's what I'm bringing to it. I know what it feels like to not be understood. I know what it feels like to have good intent, but it's not received in the way you meant it to be, or misunderstood. Exactly. So yeah, there's a lot of similarities, and throughout the seasons I've realized that. So that's why it's so easy to kind of slip back into him every season.